You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon on this Monday. I'm Joseph Akile in for Mark Hall. The clouds are out all over the DMV. Could we see rain this afternoon? Meteorologist Damon Matson joining us for a check on the forecast. Damon, happy Monday. I will say I need more sun, but it feels not too bad out there.
Hey, first off, happy Monday, Tosin. And yeah, I think we would love to see that sun a little bit more, but I think too, after what we all experienced, or at least some of us did on Saturday, we could just use without any rain. And so far, so good. We are avoiding any sort of additional wet weather on this Monday, but there's what happened over the weekend in parts of the DMV. Torrential rain came down once again and caused several different issues. Now, this batch that I have circled here in Northern Virginia, that was the heavy rain that fell mostly on Friday night, producing 2 to 4 inches in pockets like near Culpeper, Fredericksburg, and Front Royal. But this right here was one batch of thunderstorms that developed on Saturday and dumped also 2 to 4 inches of rain in a very short amount of time. And of course, that produced that significant flooding in the Silver Spring area across much of Montgomery County, just north of the district. That is that fine line that ended up developing. So again, because we saw that major flooding in parts of the DMV, we are thankful not to see anything really on satellite and radar. A couple of stray showers are trying to work their way through in southern Maryland, but outside of that, we'll even start to kick the clouds out of here as we head throughout the afternoon. And we'll also notice the temperatures stay a little cooler, humidity stays lower. All great things, a great trend to start out this week. Can we keep this going over the next few days? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, we'll check in with you soon. Thank you. A stadium deal for Washington's NFL team could be in jeopardy, and President Donald Trump is the one threatening to block it. Yamari Sase explains why the team's name is at the center of this controversy.
Yeah, well, President Donald Trump is calling on the Washington Commanders to go back to their old name, the Redskins. And he says if they don't, he's looking to block any stadium deal in D.C. Trump posted on Truth Social Sunday saying this in part, "I may put a restriction on them if they don't change back to the original Washington Redskins. I won't make a deal for them to build a stadium in Washington."
He shouldn't really block it for that. I think he should still let them come home.
The team name changed from the Redskins to the Commanders back in 2020 due to pressure to address racist imagery in sports. Trump says the current name is ridiculous and claimed the team would be more valuable under its former identity.
It should go back to the old name because it's the DC. That's what we really known for. We're known as the Redskins. So that's what I still call them till this day.
Currently, the team and D.C. city officials are working on the deal to bring the Commanders back to D.C. by building a new stadium at the old RFK site. But can Trump really make any restrictions on this? Well, it's unclear.
Like I said, it's their home, so why not let them still come home? You don't got to block it. It ain't that serious.
But we do know that former President Biden already signed a law transferring control of the land from the federal government to the city. Meanwhile, Washington Commanders team owner Josh Harris has made it clear several times in the past the team name isn't changing. Trump also mentioned he wants the Cleveland Guardians baseball team to revert back to the Indians, though team officials say that's not happening either. Now, so far, neither team has commented on Trump's remarks, but it does seem like both teams are looking towards the future and not the past. Reporting in Northeast, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
Meantime, it's time for training camp for the Washington Commanders. Camp started this past Friday with just the rookies. Then tomorrow, the rest of the players set to join practice. The team will hold 3 open practices for fans to watch. The first one next Sunday at 9 a.m. A jury has found a Georgetown law professor guilty of assaulting his wife. Federal prosecutors say Sean Hopwood assaulted his wife, leaving her with a black eye, a chipped tooth, and a broken finger. They say the attacks at times happened in front of the children and that the husband forced his wife to stay in the basement, then lied to his children about where she was.
Not going to be beaten without there being some accountability by the justice system.
The 50-year-old also faces obstruction of justice charges for telling her not to show up to his trial despite being subpoenaed. He'll be sentenced, they say, in September. Police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened on Friday. Officers say a disturbance happened between roommates on Fort Drive Northeast a little after midnight. They say 41-year-old Alan Sharpshire was shot there and died at the scene. Police ruled his death a homicide. There's a reward for information that leads to an arrest and conviction. The investigation continues into what led a police officer to shoot and kill a man in Woodbridge. Investigators say there was a lengthy standoff with the man at Potomac Mills Mall on Thursday. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone has more on what led up to that deadly encounter involving a crossbow.
Police tape still up outside this Burger King in Woodbridge after Prince William County Police shot and killed a man nearby Thursday evening.
There was tape lines everywhere. A SWAT car was there.
Patrick Valdez was at the movie theater at Potomac Mills when it happened.
They did what they needed to do if they felt that the suspect was going to harm others.
Our search for this individual actually began on Wednesday.
According to Lieutenant Jonathan Perot, police had a warrant for 52-year-old Harrison Depe. He was wanted after allegedly pulling a gun on a stranger Wednesday and again the following day. Police located him Thursday, and after fleeing twice, they found him parked on Potomac Mills Circle near the shopping mall at 2:45 p.m.
Our officers attempted to take him into custody. At that point, he brandished a crossbow at the officers. The officers retreated.
Crisis negotiators tried to facilitate a peaceful surrender, but after several hours, officers say Depe got out of his vehicle and ran towards the mall, armed with the crossbow. That's when an officer fired, killing him.
As you know, Potomac Mills is a large shopping plaza. There's probably hundreds of people inside of that location. So it was imperative that we kept them safe.
Barack says the officer involved is a veteran SWAT team member. They're currently on administrative leave.
Always be aware. You never know what can happen.
And that was our Marielle Carbone reporting. D.C. Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement hosted its second annual Healing Communities Symposium. This year's theme, an integrated approach to violence intervention. The goal of the meeting was to bring community leaders and parents impacted by gun violence together and find solutions.
I know that it feels like it's a new system that we're creating, and it may be a lot of people that don't understand this work, or even they may have a negative perception of this work. So the more we have convenings like this and we come out and we talk about it and we highlight it in the media, it helps the overall community to just get a better understanding of how this work works.
Organizers say there'll be more symposiums and community meetings in the future. A firefighter was hurt after responding to an apartment fire Sunday morning in Fairfax County. Crews were at the scene just after 4:30 a.m. on Farmcrest Drive in Frying Pan neighborhood. When they arrived, they found flames coming from the second and third floors of the building. The injured firefighter was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt. 7 people are without a home after a fire in Prince William County. Crews say the fire happened on Tradewind Court in Bristow Saturday. Flames caused extensive damage to that house. Officials say no one was hurt. 4 adults and 3 children are getting help from the Red Cross. In Montgomery County, a daring rescue by fire and rescue on a popular hiking trail with a history of emergency calls. Take a look at this. A person airlifted Sunday afternoon from Billy Goat Trail near the Potomac after a medical emergency. National Park Service says there are over 400 emergency calls and rescues each year on this trail because of that tough terrain. Park Service advising people hiking there to be extremely careful. A retired Air Force colonel calling out the federal government over what he believes is a disservice to retired military members. After real IDs were required for plane passengers to fly, reports emerged of military retirees facing additional screening at airports. DC News Now's Ben Dennis sat down with retired Colonel William Coleman after he sent letters to the Pentagon and Department of Homeland Security looking for a change.
It was responsible for the security of Air Force One. You stay up late at night when you have a resource like that in your backyard that you're responsible for.
After more than 3 decades of military service, retired Air Force Colonel William Coleman says the federal government should step up.
Writing to ask you for your help in righting an egregious wrong.
Coleman recently sent letters to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem over reports of military retirees facing additional screening by TSA at airports. After using their official retired military IDs, which lack expiration dates and labeled indefinite, IDs are reportedly flagged by TSA computers because they're not recognized as so-called real IDs, which are now required to fly. Issues documented nationwide.
Does not have an expiration date, and when the TSO went to check it on their computer and their software, it shows that it's expired.
Does this also deter you from even wanting to show up to the airport?
Absolutely. Since Real ID, I haven't even gone to an airport, don't intend to. It's a dignity thing.
While the Department of Homeland Security website insists retired military IDs will continue to be accepted at checkpoints, it's unknown if every TSA agent recognizes them as official, meaning an opportunity for additional questioning. For now, Coleman hopes what he's written in black and white can turn the page on what he believes is an avoidable hindrance.
We don't ask for much, although we gave quite a bit to receive this minor benefit. Let us enjoy it while we can. Sincerely, William T. Coleman, Colonel, United States Air Force, retired.
And that was Ben Dennis reporting there. Hamilton creator Lin-Manuel Miranda says he's using the 10th anniversary Broadway performance of that musical to support nonprofits providing immigration services. He hopes the special show on August 6th will raise $3 million for several groups. Miranda says the event honors Alexander Hamilton's immigrant-like journey. Organizations say the initiative is crucial for legal aid and advocacy work as they fight against the Trump administration's mass deportation efforts. This week, Virginia ABC stores are celebrating National Tequila Day. On July 24th, people can get 20% off select tequila brands at your local store. That deal only applies to 750 milliliter bottles. All right, still to come on your news at noon, NASCAR wrapped up its races this weekend in Delaware. Hear from a winning racer after the break. But first, Damon, what are we in for to kick off the week?
Well, Tosin, I think I have a lot of good news to share with everyone. First and foremost, though, when can we finally get a little more sun back in the mix? We'll have all of that coming up for you after the break.
You're watching DC News Now at noon. Stick around. We're back with more after this.